you ever been bullied, Snoopy? And then Jules said, yeah, by me.
Hey guys, it's MerseyGirls.
Welcome to the first episode of
BeHeard with MerseyGirls.
With the dog the whole episode.
So our aim today is to basically get people talking and to get your stories heard. So we're going to be looking at topics and issues that you want us to look at in hope that we can make a difference to how people treat each other.
So the first topic we're going to be discussing is bullying, and it's a really sad fact that too many people at one point in their life have been bullied and nothing's really been done about it, so it's causing a lot of people to be unhappy and it's making their mental health a lot worse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and sadly we've been inundated with so many stories about bullying, and we just really want to make a difference to that because we think there's a real need for teachers and schools to push to make that behaviour unacceptable. And we thank each and every one of you for sending in your stories, and we hope you're all okay. And did you know, I found out this fact that more than 1 out of 5 people report being bullied.
See, that's just shocking, and like so many people won't report it as well, so it's probably even more than that.
At least some people are reporting it though,
Yeah.
like, that's a massive thing.
Yeah, it's
it
really
is good, but it's just so sad that people would go out of their way and waste their time to make other people upset. It's just crazy to me.
I'll never get it.
Neither.
But we would love to have the time to tell everyone's stories, but here are a few that highlight the ways people have felt intimidated and bullied in their daily lives. So, Donna.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah,
Okay.
first.
So I found there were so many stories, but one of them that really stood out to me was a young girl, and she was basically getting whipped with ropes and prodded with sticks,
Really?
and when she was like climbing trees and just trying to have fun. And then they tried to drown her at swimming and locked.
Drown her.
Wow.
It's awful, and they like locked her out the swimming bath, so she was really sad.
Really
Isn't it?
sad.
It's really
It's
sad.
really sad.
Even Snoopy finds it nice.
Yeah. And they like locked her out the swimming baths and everything, and it goes on and on and on, and it gets worse and worse. It's just so horrible to think of that. And then in the end, it is a little bit more positive. You know, she said it's a little bit awkward now, but when the teacher approached the bully actually broke down in tears, and she was like really shocked that this big tough girl would cry like that.
I can see why she was shocked because to her she is a tough girl, but I think everyone probably has their own insecurities.
Yeah.
And people have different ways to show them, so like some people just express their insecurities and will explain it, but other people choose to make other people unhappy.
To me, it's like even bullies, they seem big and tough, but it shows that they might have their insecurities as well. And I was on the bus once, and people were like making fun of MerseyGirls, people in my school, and they were skitting me and stuff like that. But like, thankfully, it didn't bother me because I just ignore them. It's really hard what I do. And then a few months later, a boy messaged me who was doing it and said, "I'm sorry that I did that. It's just because I was jealous of your success," which was an amazing thing that he did, and it shows that bullies a lot of the time are insecure themselves.
Yeah, it's not an excuse, but most bullies have actually been bullied in the past, and it's just their way of taking it out on people, which is sad again, like that they're not the victims as well, because again it's no excuse, but they've probably had a hard time as well.
So just like remember that if you're getting bullied, that they are probably just as sad as you. So
Do you want me to say mine next?
Sure.
So mine was from a girl who's been bullied all through school, cyber, physical and verbal, which is shocking. She was getting bullied about being like not confident, having no confidence in herself, which is why I picked this, because I suffer with confidence, so just know that you're not alone. But it was causing her to self-harm, which is just crazy. Leading someone to self-harm, I will never get my head around it, but she remembers doing it in school once where she started self-harming and she didn't realise she was doing it because it got that bad. But time went on and she got stronger and stronger, and she started dancing, and that helped her release her emotions.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, it made me happy to know that dancing does that to other people.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend like sport to get to know other people as well. It's great.
And now she won't forget about what they've done to her, but she's actually starting to become friends with them because she's got
really
a stronger
nice.
person, which is a happy ending, which we're really happy about. Just make sure you speak to someone, because you didn't mention whether she did or not.
Yeah, especially if it's led you to self-harm, you really need to speak up.
And like you said, I think you mentioned cyberbullying. Like, it's so sad that nowadays, I think maybe 30 years ago, the bullying would end at 4 o'clock when school had finished, but now it even goes home and the victims can't get away with it because can't get away from it because it's always like on social media, but there are ways of stopping that with like blocking people or reporting it online, and that's definitely something we'd advise.
Yeah, we've all had nasty comments on social media,
Yeah.
and
Had to
they
block
just
people.
they want a reaction, don't they?
Yeah, like someone was saying to you like your backstory was like fake and
Yeah,
stuff.
I didn't have
attention.
I mean,
scoliosis,
it's
but
clearly not true.
no, it's, I was like, oh okay, but I just ignored it
Yeah.
because they want a reaction, and then they stopped in the end. So
Maybe just try and laugh about it because like we knew that wasn't true, so we were just like
it's just
Bit
funny
of
that
a-
someone
yeah.
would go out their way and type that. It's just
Yeah.
it's to us, we just find it a bit funny.
Yeah.
definitely do what you can to stop it from happening, like block people or speak to someone.
Yeah.
Definitely.
My story, this is another one that stood out to me, was about a young girl who was being left out, which I think we can all relate to because
Yeah,
that's definitely happened to one of us at least. And she basically said that two girls kept leaving her out and leaving her own at the table. They'd walk past her and laugh at her and shout horrible names. And she started crying at one point, and the teacher saw her, and she then told the teacher, which is great. We're really happy about that. And it did get sorted. So again, that just kind of shows that we definitely advise, if you can, because we know it's hard to speak out, that you tell a responsible adult, or there's not always a teacher that you can tell, but I'm sure there'd be a parent, a neighbour, a friend, anyone who you can trust just to speak
Well,
out.
even us, honestly, guys.
Yeah.
And if you see someone getting bullied, then if you can, because I know I find it hard to like speak out, but I know you guys, like Julia and Poppy, I know Becky's quite like me, but they would probably go and say, well, I've seen this happen. So if you see someone getting bullied, try and do something about
Yeah.
it, as hard as that may be.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Also, like, I think like once that's something similar happened to me, where these two girls were like whispering and just basically leaving me out. And how I responded was, they later said, "Do you want to know what we were talking about?" And I just said no. And basically I tried to ignore it, and then they never did it again, because I know it's so hard to ignore the bully.
Yeah.
But basically, if they don't get a response from you, then hopefully it might stop.
Yeah, I agree with that, definitely.
Such a Poppy thing to do. So,
No, I don't know.
It's really
It
cool.
works.
My story was about a girl that she got bullied because she has autism and anxiety. So people like didn't want to play with her at primary school, and she'd often like stand alone in the playground. No one would come up to her to see if she was alright. She used to get like punched, screamed at, hit and kicked by like the other kids in the school and things like that. But that was in primary school, and it carried on until secondary school. So like she got called like disgusting names, she got called like fat, ugly, got told no one likes her and things like that. But at the end she actually says, "Thankfully I am still here. They tried to destroy me, but they didn't." So I think that's really good that
I love
Yeah.
that.
it kind of
Me too.
shows that like bullying
Yeah.
stories can have like a happy ending. So you just have to like, I know it is really hard to like try and push through it, but there are positive endings at the end of it.
It sounds like she's
Yeah.
got a really positive mindset, which can definitely help. It's so much easier said than done, like, be positive. But if you really can, it does help. Like, it did help this
Yeah.
person.
What makes me sad is that you don't choose to go to school. You have to
You
go,
have
and
to.
all through primary and high school, like they're making your life hell. You're not choosing to be there, so
Yeah.
I can't. get
And like
that down.
all of these stories are from people that have been bullied whilst they were in school. So I think that kind of shows like schools maybe aren't really doing like enough.
No, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, we were thinking of some ways, weren't we, that maybe schools or parents could try and prevent bullying one
Yeah.
day. So here are some of our ideas that we thought.
Yeah, so maybe an anonymous text email system would work, because then we thought the victims of bullying could message their teachers without the fear of the bully finding out, because I think that's often something which stops people speaking out, is the fear that they'll just get bullied more.
Yeah, because like
definitely.
one time there was someone in my class getting bullied, and I really wanted to say something because I can't stand it when people are getting bullied. And loads of times I didn't, because I just was too shy. But then one time I did, and they started saying to me, "Oh, go away, why are you getting involved?" So definitely anonymous
Yeah.
would be great, because they wouldn't find out and get bullied
Yeah,
themselves.
definitely.
Yeah. So were you afraid of getting bullied yourself?
Yeah, and when I did speak up, they did say something.
Yeah.
So I do think that if it was anonymous,
Yeah,
it would be a lot
definitely.
easier for people.
Yeah, I agree.
So another idea we had was to encourage kids to tell tales. So
Yeah.
kids are always told like, "Oh, don't say that, don't lie, don't do this, don't do that." And I think it can stop kids from telling the truth because they're scared no one will believe them.
Mm-hmm.
So if we actually listen to kids, like, even though some of the stories they tell you are just like, that's not actually possible.
Yeah.
But if we can actually like listen to them so they feel like they've got someone to talk to. I think that will like really help as well.
I think that like some schools, not all and not all people, but have favourites sometimes, and sometimes they'll be like, well, I can't see that student doing that, and it's I just think that's unfair because it did happen, and just because you like that person doesn't mean they're going to be nasty to someone.
And sometimes when you do tell tales, like, you get called a snitch, but I think we should try and make it a positive thing, like, thank you for telling me so we can sort the issue. Like, so it should be like a positive.
This is random, but I watch Coronation Street, any viewers out there. And a storyline at the moment is this young boy who's having to stand up for someone in court and tell them, like, basically be a snitch is what, like, most people would call him, but really he's like doing a really important thing, and because of that he's now getting bullied. So I think that is important that they're not going to get labelled as snitch, and the anonymous thing, back to that really works.
Yeah, definitely.
Any more?
I had an idea. Oh yeah, so I thought that we could encourage like parents and teachers to tell their kids to involve people who look like they're lonely, and then maybe once they've done that, tell the teacher, so then they can get a reward for it, because it's a huge thing if they do that, so they should get congratulated, so then more people would do it.
I think especially in primary school when you're younger, all you want is sweets and
stickers.
Stickers. You get excited to go to the dentist because you get a sticker. So I think that would
if they
definitely
reward
help.
them with something like that, then more people would hopefully do it.
And be encouraged.
I had an idea like of Saturday detention, but I'm not sure like if that's been done before and it's just not going to make a difference.
I mean, they already have like after school detentions, and
but imagine
my
having to
school,
come in on your
yeah.
Saturday.
but
Do
I
you
think
think-
that's a no.
Do you think like punishing the bullies would work, or?
That's what we need to find out, is what's going to work. So
So hopefully some of these suggestions can help, and you let us know if you've got any suggestions.
comment down below if you think we can include any more things about
Yeah.
it. I found like a particular theme, and a lot of them were about adoption and being bullied for being adopted,
Really?
which blows my mind because they don't choose to be adopted.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad thing anyway, because they've got a family that still loves them and they're wanted by that family.
And their parents picked them, but our parents stuck with us.
Exactly.
So really, it's a good thing.
So I just don't. I think it's awful if you get bullied for being adopted, and just know that you're not alone. And if you need to speak to someone, speak to us, and you're wanted by us. So bye, Snoopy. You're not wanted by us anymore. So that was my thing.
like when I found like there was like particular themes that I saw when I was going through them. So one of mine was like people getting picked on for their weight, which it's just horrible, because it's really what's on the inside that counts to me. And like I've been picked on for being like too skinny, and like people were calling me anorexic in school, and like sending me pictures of twigs like, this is your legs. And
Really?
and it does make you think like, wait, am I too skinny? And then you start comparing yourself to other people. So it's really hard to like not compare yourself, but you have to realise that if you're a good person on the inside, then you're a good person altogether.
I saw those comments on your surgery video, and people commenting like, you need to put on weight, you're so anorexic, and it's just, what's that doing to them?
You don't need to do
Not
anything,
gaining
you just be
anything.
you, and then
Exactly.
that's fine.
Yeah, like the theme I saw was people getting bullied for being like different, so like people who had autism and things like that, which I think is so bad, because we're always told like we should be unique and we should embrace our differences, but then people are getting bullied for being different, which is just like, it goes against everything that everyone's saying. So it's just like, don't be afraid to be different, because different's good.
I think it's
we're all
amazing.
crazy, like we're all different.
Okay, there's crazy and then there's different. Like.
Well, she's very different.
And that's okay. I'm weird and I'm happy. I'm weird because I have a good.
I'm
happy
happy
or
with
weird.
I'm happy or weird.
I'm just chilling. I'm great.
And she embraces like how she's had differences, and we just love it. And
Thanks,
so
guys.
Most of the ones that I saw were again about look, which is like, it's so superficial, because it really doesn't matter like the way you look. It was like, I had ginger hair and I got bullied for that, or I was too tall, and like that's something that like a lot of people comment on my photos as well, like, oh, you're too tall, or how tall are you, you're a giant, and stuff like that. And it actually like at first like did kind of make me feel a bit self-conscious, and I like slouched when I was around like smaller people, so like I would be equal to them and not be different. But like then I realised like your height, that's you, and that's something that makes me me, so you just have to embrace it.
yeah, plus you can get really, when you get photos, it's literally like model.
I was gonna say, if you have a modelling job, they'd be like, bye to us, and they'd be like, hi to you. So
like
it's
gorgeous.
Thank you.
Everyone gets like negative comments, but all the good comments like kind of
Override them.
This is what you need, supportive friends.
Definitely.
So thank you so much for watching. We really hope that this can reach people who might not realise that their behaviour is like causing other people harm, or if you've been bullied yourself, we hope that it can give you the courage to speak out and get the bullying stopped.
Yeah, and also in the description we've put links to organisations, to people who you can contact if you feel like you can't reach out to, you know, your family or your friends. Then you can contact them. And also we're more than happy to hear your stories as well. You can reach out to us using the hashtag BeHeardMG. We get a lot of messages, so it's hard to see them all. So if you put the hashtag BeHeardMG, we'll definitely try and get to them.
So next week's topic is going to be self-harm. Let us know in the comments if you have any topics you'd like us to cover, and we'll definitely all look and try and cover as many as we can. But what's great about self-harm is that right now... Okay, that came out completely wrong. Nothing's great about self-harm. What's great about what's going on with self-harm at the moment is that a lot of TV is publicising it and talking about it, which is great.
Yeah.
It's getting out there and making
More
people aware
awareness.
that lots of people do it, and that is really sad. But
We get what you mean.
yeah, thank you guys.
It's getting more awareness, which
DM
is
us
great.
privately if you want, and we will keep all of your privacy, 100%. But use hashtag BeHeardMG like Julia said, or you can tweet us on Twitter using the hashtag as well. But we're more than happy to hear your stories, and make sure to speak up.
Definitely. And just to change the topic completely, and make sure to check out our other weekly video, hashtag Challenger MerseyGirl, where we'll be going up against each other with crazy challenges set by you in hope of being crowned the ultimate MerseyGirl.
It's a lot of fun. So that is actually all from us today. Make sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on next week's video and Challenge Your MerseyGirl on Wednesday. And please do share this video so that hopefully we can all come together and try and put an end to bullying. And that's it. So thank you for watching, guys.
Bye guys. Keep smiling.
Keep smiling. Keep shining.